Hey YouTube, Mark Coffman here, and today I want to talk to you about the Breitling Colt Quartz Chronograph. And I noticed in my last video I reviewed my Breitling limited edition that the video quality was not really up there, or at least did justice to the finishing on that watch. So I just added a little bit more lighting here to make this watch a little more presentable. Now, this is a quartz watch. This is a ETA movement. Don't let anybody tell you that this is an in-house movement, because it's not. This is just a run-of-the-mill ETA quartz movement that has been heavily modified for Breitling. And I'll say that it is a very good movement. It's not a bad movement. It is serviceable. It does have joules. I think it has 37 joules. I think it's around that, or even 27. I may be wrong. But this movement is very robust and a very, very reliable timekeeper. Now, this watch here, the great thing about this watch is not only that it's quartz and you don't have to worry about service intervals, or as I should say, as short a service interval. These watches will need to be serviced, but not as often as an automatic watch. Now, what I really like about this is you can see here that I just pressed this top chronograph pusher. That did a 1/10 of a second timer. This long hand here is actually going to be tracking your completed minutes. Over here in this dial, that's going to be tracking your hours. So you're able to track 12 hours of time. This little hand here is actually going to be tracking your completed minutes. So that's very useful. That's very useful indeed when it comes to timing certain things. But also what you get on this watch is a 60-minute timer. So you can time something up to 60 minutes additionally to whatever you're timing with the chronograph. I love using this in the kitchen because you can time multiple things that you may be cooking. So I'm going to press this here, and then I'm going to reset the watch. And there we go. Now, one of the other things I really like about this caliber is that, like the other Breitling I reviewed and talked about, you can adjust the hand here independently. So that allows you to change the time very quickly wherever you may be, if you need to change the time for a certain time zone, or if you're in the United States for daylight savings. So that's a very useful feature as well. We also have here a 22mm bracelet, which I feel is a little large, but then again, this watch is a little bit on the larger size. But here on my wrist, I don't feel like it's too unwieldy or unable to be worn. So it definitely is something that is still wearable, but I would definitely delegate this to probably sportswear, t-shirt and jeans. I wouldn't really be wearing this with a suit. I don't really wear this one with a suit. For me, I usually wear this on the weekends and when I'm out with friends. So for me, it's not really your dress watch, but if you were going to wear this as your one and only really nice Swiss watch, then I think it would be a suitable subject to have in your collection. And if you want to have that all-around sports watch, this would make a great candidate. I feel like this would fill a lot of boxes for a lot of people. And why do I say that? You have 200 meters of waterproof design here. That these pushers are not screw in, but you have 200 meters of waterproof pressure resistance. Now, no watch is ever completely waterproof. You see some crazy watches out there that are 4,000 meters waterproof. Nothing is waterproof. Gaskets wear out, and gaskets need to be replaced. And if you don't replace them in a regular basis, your watch will lose that ability to keep water out. So I don't really appreciate it when somebody comes in saying, "Oh, I've never had my watch serviced and I still think it's waterproof." I definitely can guarantee them, yes, water is going to get into that watch at some point over the years of being used. But you're probably asking, why should I buy this watch? Well, this watch, I feel, fits many roles. Doesn't really fit a dress watch role, but it fits a sports watch, fits a athletic kind of watch that you would wear maybe biking, running, swimming. And you can also get a Breitling rubber strap for this, and I think on a rubber strap this would be a fantastic dive watch to use, especially with all the other timing features on it. You could definitely time many activities in the water if you're using this as a professional dive watch. I just think it's a very handsome piece, and I hope you guys have been enjoying at least my early foray into reviewing the watches that I own and enjoy having in my collection. If you really enjoyed this video, leave a like and comment if you actually have one of these, and let me know what you've thought of it over the years of use. This is a more modernized version of the Breitling Colt Quartz chronograph. There are older versions, but those are usually smaller. And this one is actually 44 millimeters to what I've measured. And I find it to be a great watch, especially for the money that you pay. You can get these for relatively little money on the pre-owned sector. And even as a brand new watch, it's still a very good price from a very reputable brand. Breitling has been around since 1884, and it definitely is a brand to have in the collection. So thank you so much for joining me on this short video, and I hope you'll join me on many others.